My name is Brian Bridle. I am the co-owner of a swim school called We Swim for Life. My wife is one of the coaches that swims out of Linden Pool here. She's one of a number of coaches that swims from this pool and earns a living out of this pool. We have been part of the Linden Pool family probably for about 10 years. And things have just progressively got worse, where we tend to get less and less maintenance done. And the problem has become that now we're getting very little communication, if any, with regards to what is in actual fact happening. The pool itself is utilized by not only members of this immediate community. There are swimmers from Coronation that also come through and swim here. One of the coaches from there also brings their students here, because the Coronation pool is not working properly anymore, is not maintained. And as you can see in the background, there are swimmers here as well. So we don't only do able-bodied swimmers here in our school very specifically. We also have a number of people with disabilities or requiring certain amounts of rehabilitation. We have a swimmer in the water currently who has had hip operations and has hip issues and is requiring to do exercise to be able to strengthen those limbs.
Hi, my name is Cindy Nell. I swam with Chandra pre-COVID, and I came back this year because I actually have a hip injury. I'm a runner, so I can't run. So I came back to swimming because I can't run. And yeah, the story with the cold pool is not amazing, because I get out of the pool and it's been an amazing session, but now I'm in spasm because the water's so cold. And like, warm water obviously helps with healing, and it makes it easier for the hip and stuff. So yeah, so it would be really nice if the pool is warm. Like CBC said, especially as we are heading into the winter times, it'll be much nicer.
At the moment, the water is just getting too cold to do so. We have a number of cerebral palsy children that swim with us, and they are obviously very sensitive, some of them, to the temperatures of the water, which at the end of the day is very good for them. But at the moment, they cannot use this. So the water temperature sitting at 22, 23 degrees is starting to become too cold already for anybody to, in actual fact, swim, unless you swim fast, unless you're a very able swimmer and you're able to keep your body temperature up.
My name is Phashe Bridle. I'm one of the teachers here and the coaches at Linden Swimming Pool. I teach alongside Roy, which is also one of the coaches here. But what I am also doing here at Linden Life Saving Club. We find it very difficult to encourage children to come swimming when the pool is so cold, and we're trying to train them into lifesavers. At all ages, from the ages of 5 and up, we really are looking for more lifesavers, because people are in need of the correct assistance, and having people who know how to save somebody's life rather than just jumping in and drowning themselves as well as a friend. We want to teach them the right way to do it. So that's part of what we're doing here. But it's very difficult when the pool is cold and nobody wants to swim in the cold water, especially the littlies who have not much body fat on them to keep them warm. So it would be really appreciated if the community could stand with us and try and make a difference to getting this pool up and running with the right heat like it's supposed to throughout this new season.
Our biggest problems here. So the heating system, ultimately the pool, we did an open day here for Linden Life Saving, and on behalf of a number of the swimming clubs and things here, on the 30th of August last year. On the 1st of December, when the pool was supposed to now supposedly all open with a big launch, the pool was then closed for tiling purposes, which we were not notified of ahead of time. Straight after that, when the pool was now finally tiled, they came back to us and said that the heating system was now down and heat exchanger plates needed to be replaced in the heating system, in the boilers for the gas boilers. These heater exchange plates have now been out of action since somewhere in September, and we have been waiting for answers to it. The only answers we receive is that they're waiting on contractors, they're waiting on approval, etc., etc. However, my understanding at this moment in time is that there has been no final decision made by anybody. It has supposedly been signed off, whatever that means. But there has been no, it sounds like, funds allocated, and I know for a fact there has not been a contractor allocated to it as yet. The problem with that comes in is that at the end of the day, the coaches that are coming here, as well as the members of the public, are going to hit a point now very, very soon where the water is going to drop down to about 19, 20 degrees and even lower. And at that point, it is far too cold for anybody to swim. It then becomes unhealthy for anybody to swim and that kind of thing. So we then have a problem. There are going to be a number of coaches here. There are, if I'm correct, I think there are 4 coaches. There's also an aquarobics teacher. In actual fact, I think there's 5 coaches and aquarobics teacher that will then be without an income for winter because they have no means of generating an income, because this has been their venue and their facility for many years. There have been coaches that have been here far longer than we have even, and their livelihoods are now being put in jeopardy because of the fact that there is no facility for them to train.
I'm Matilda Kubele. Do swim here in Linden Pool. It's about 2 years now, 2 to 3 years now. But the problem is the water is so cold and I'm asthmatic. It does affect my breathing. So most of the time when I get cold, my breathing also affected.
Plea here is that we can eventually get a facility up and running that the coaches of Linden, the teachers of Linden, as well as the public are all able to take advantage of this facility, which is one of the only facilities in Joburg that is heated. And therefore, it is a big issue for us that we just cannot get this resolved, and we cannot get any responses back from City of Joburg at this point in time.